First of all, though, you have made it home safe and sounding. That's good.
Yeah, I usually sound when I drive home from the airport.
Same Z's. I don't know if you noticed, but when we were seeing you off at the airport and I shouted drive safe.
The dude across the street?
He had big dad energy. He fucking lost it. He was cackling like lightning.
I heard him through the closed doors. Because he yelled back, he's like, "Did you tell her to drive safe on the plane?" That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's like he just unlocked a new dad joke within him, and I'm willing to bet real money that he'll never not say it at the airport.
Oh, God, yeah. No, that's his new catchphrase, for sure.
Welcome to We Have That Podcast at Home, the only podcast not currently in a love triangle with tree trimmer Terry and Marcus, who works at the grocery store grabbing shopping carts in the parking lot. I'm your fifth favorite host on this show, Gamage.
Tree trimmer Terry is quite handsome, though. And I'm your fourth favorite host, Rachel. Each week we play Russian roulette with our success and spin a wheel to find out the genre of next week's podcast. Our last spin landed on the comedy. So we're going to do no stupid questions because that's pretty fucking fun.
I think it's kind of fun.
I found some good ones this week.
I didn't find any this week. I just had a bunch still bookmarked. Some of these I might have already asked. Correction. I found like 2 this morning on the toilet. Sorry, the turlet.
Did you find them carved into the side of the toilet, or were you just looking at Reddit?
I had to write them down.
You ever talk to Brittany about why she needs to carve shit when she shits?
It's not her.
Maybe she should take up like whittling on the toilet.
It's not her because it's at a weird angle on the toilet. Turlet, sorry.
What, she can't get it at a weird angle on the turlet?
If she's on the toilet, you can't carve behind it.
That doesn't mean it's not her.
Maybe if you're like some like mutant noodle man.
What if she's sitting the opposite direction? What's that called when you sit backwards on the toilet?
I didn't know there was a name for it.
Cool shittings? Reverse cow turd. Fact checker, let us know. Reverse cow turd. Quality. I believe the shit out of that. Because if it's not, it is now.
I found out today that there's a word for itchy butthole, like in Latin, like an actual term. It's pruritus ani.
Did somebody just try to back translate Latin?
It's possible. It always comes out a little iffy when you do that. I know I've tried to do that.
It's okay. My itchy butthole is always a little iffy when I itch it too, so you never know what your fingers are going to come out like.
I know mine are going to be clean.
I don't believe you.
Maybe not at the end of the day, because definitely sweat's been accumulating. But like, for the first half of the day, fucking, I'll just keep lollipops down there, keep them warm.
I was going to say, I don't trust people who keep their cheese between their butt cheeks, but I forgot you keep your lollipops in there too, and that's just mixing too many food groups.
Oh, yeah, we played Jackbox. Anyway, let's get into the actual questions.
I like how you couldn't just let it sit in the world. You're like, oh, that was a callback. Oh, yeah.
It was a callback that the audience listener has no idea of.
It's okay. There. They didn't need to. Butt cheese
They
is
weren't
funny
invited to our Halloween party.
Yeah, none of you were invited to our Halloween party, and I really want you to know. And I want you to feel bad about yourself.
It was kind of a dud party anyway.
It was just a vanilla party. It just wasn't crazy, which is all right.
I don't want to point any fingers, but I will name names. Rachel, it's on you.
I'm the reason that half the people didn't show up. They were like, oh God, that bitch is going to be there? Ugh.
No, it was just like unless everybody's lying and they just don't want to hang out with us. But there's just generally like everybody had an act of God thing happening.
Yeah. Well, we almost didn't even like get together for several acts of God also. Jasmine was supposed to work. Brittany was supposed to die in surgery. I missed an airplane.
Well, like we were saying, like hold off. We could see if next week would be better, and next week, which would have been this week, would have worked. But everybody's already set on this last weekend, which totally worked out perfectly. Thumbs up.
Too late, bitch.
All right, let's get this weird show on the road.
Yes.
Okay. Why is story time to kids by drag people a thing? Ooh, starting off spicy. I forgot I bookmarked this one.
Yeah, okay. I don't know, because it's fucking fun. Drag queens play better dress up. Drag queens, not better. Drag queens play more dress up than normal fucking story time people. So, meh. That's my theory.
It's like, I mean, there's no context with this one. It was clearly like maybe bait, but they're definitely like drag queens don't have to read. It's almost like they are because of the controversy behind it. Like they're, just daring people to be mad at them about something.
Daring people to be mad at them about something? Yeah.
None of that is said here. I'm just like trying to put myself in their perspective.
Fucking reading for children is really something that we should get mad at other people for doing, because I'm so busy doing it.
Yeah, man. If you're going to get mad about drag queens reading to your children, maybe you should just read to your children yourself. Then you don't have to worry about what the gay agenda is. 9 times out of 10, people bitching about it don't even have kids. They just want to be mad at gay people.
You know what's crazy? This really just shows that the gay agenda wants people to be literate, and that's wild. It's wild to fight that.
I've said this time and time again on this show. My biggest issue with all of this is I don't know why people care so much.
Yes.
I don't know why, like, you get up in the morning, you're like, fucking trying to make my kids gay. Ugh, just calm down, Terry. Fucking have a coffee, get some Irish cream in there, and just die, please. I don't have patience
but the world balances, because gay people wake up and we go, fucking trying to make my kids straight.
Yeah, what about the breeder agenda? You want more people to vote for your people and more people.
What? People on the people and the people.
People are people, so why should it be?
You should get into politics.
Right? I've got the thumb pointing down, like how presidents kind of have.
Like when you're like, this guy.
Well, no, it's a thing. It's a strategy. Like start watching like how people talk on like during debates, where like they'll have their fist closed but their thumb's on top. And then they just point with their thumb. Oh, yes. Like when they're making points.
Like the weird, like I'm gesturing at something, thumb pointy thing. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's 100% a power play thing.
It's so odd.
It's a body language thing.
How many times have you actually been in a conversation where you do that?
I got it. I've done it a couple times since I've become privy to it. I'll like use it just to see if somebody notices or if I seem more commanding. But apparently I'm usually commanding in a conversation, so I don't need to do it.
I'm going to start giving decrees with my weird pointy hand fist.
Weird pointy hand fist?
Yeah. What the fuck do you call it? Because it's not a fist. Like, it is, but it isn't.
Your hand is clenched in a fist. It definitely is. It's just your thumb is, like, positioned upward instead.
Yeah, it's a weird fist.
Your thumb pointing. Fist. Your thumb pointing with a closed hand.
So it's not a fist anymore. It's a closed hand?
Yes.
It can't be a pointy hand fist. It has to be a thumb pointing with a closed hand.
We're losing everything.
Yeah.
It's a pointed, closed, closeted drag queen hand. Anyway, I don't know why
kids.
I don't know why drag queens are reading to people, but who cares? Somebody's reading to them. Fucking.
That's the point. That's my thing. Is why are you getting upset at somebody for doing like fucking community service? Basically, they are doing a service to your community, and you're just mad because they're wearing a dress while they do it. Fuck you. Get over it.
Ooh, this person has a really good point. Where they're saying queer people everywhere wish that when they were kids, they saw more adults living out queer lives. And that's a good point.
Yes. Representation matters.
Yeah. Something basic.
Crazy. Even like shitty representation sometimes is helpful.
Just any representation. I mean, it's usually in the form of gay people dying on television.
Yup. Yeah, it usually starts bad, but that's how you eventually make it to a relationship where both of them get to live and die happy. We haven't gotten there yet, but maybe someday.
Someday.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of gay people, why do women behave so strangely until they find out I'm gay? I'm assuming this is written by a man.
I mean, I'm assuming so too. Otherwise, it's a completely different dynamic.
I actually asked this. This is about me.
Well, it's because...
Once they found out I'm gay, they stopped showing up to the parties.
I mean, well, it's because women kind of... It's the... You want to see a bear in the woods or a man in the woods.
Yeah.
You have to be on guard all the time because you're susceptible to being murdered and assaulted every day. That's just how you live. And that sucks.
And so when you find out somebody has no fucking interest in you, suddenly they're very safe.
Dude, people have been asking like online of they've been putting the question into perspective of, to men, would you rather see a bear in the woods or P. Diddy? And everybody's like, oh. Oh, I get it.
I've had some dude friends get very offended by this concept, and I'm like, it's not like you specifically, but also if I didn't fucking know you, I wouldn't want to run into you in the woods either.
Yeah, I don't want to see a strange person in the woods ever.
No. Yeah, really just any strange person. If I saw a strange drag queen in the woods, I'd be a little scared too.
Yeah.
At least a bear, like, I know what the bear's gonna do. It's either gonna ignore me or try to eat me. People, unpredictable.
Fact checker says, I found out guys will pretend to be gay when asking for directions as to not freak out the women they walk up to ask. And that's a real thing.
Yeah. Go for it.
Whatever. What do you mean pretend to be gay? You just walk up and you're like, I suck dicks. Can you tell me where the nearest shell is?
Actually, they walk up and bend over and then their friend plows them in the ass. And then I tell you where the next shell station is. You gotta prove it.
They walk up to you with 9 dudes in them at the moment. They look like a weird peacock situation. Excuse me, do you know where the nearest shell station is?
I like the voice.
Am I depressed? I don't want to do anything and nothing's fun.
Easy answer. Yes.
Glad do you need me to ask the question?
Oh, no,
I thought we were taking a break and talking. No, that is the question, but I mean, yeah, if you don't want to do anything and nothing sounds fun, that's straight up depression.
That's depression. If the things that you used to like you have no desire to do now, depression.
Yeah. I mean, there's context with this, but like it's a lot of like, I notice that when people ask me what I want to do and I say whatever, or what do you want to eat? I don't know. I don't care. And they used to like play video games, but it's not fun anymore. Yes. And
that's depression,
some people will try to tell you, well, you got to get out more. You need more sunshine. You find more hobbies, and like that might work. But honestly, a lot of people just need to get a doctor and get prescribed something. There's a chemical imbalance in your brain. Take care of that.
Yeah, there's like obviously a certain amount of eating right, sleeping right, like having a schedule and doing things for yourself helps everybody's mental health. Like that meter goes up a little bit, but if you're chemically imbalanced, like it's only ever going to go up a little bit, and those things are going to feel like you're fighting a giant uphill fucking battle every day instead of them just being normal things you check off your daily to-do list.
Yeah, like definitely take steps into like having a more healthy life, do exercise, eat better, more nutritious, sleep the right amount of the day. It's like 7.5 hours is the perfect ideal amount. 8 hours is actually not good.
The amount that you need to sleep is somewhat genetic. So like some people are like Brittany, where the perfect amount of sleep is like
the day,
the 4 hours, waking up for a while, a couple more hours, waking up for a while, couple more hours, and like doing weird spotty sleep schedule. And then other people are like different numbers of hours are ideal for them.
Like it's not a carbon copy like hour and a half. It's different for everybody, but like I think it's 5 sleep cycles altogether is like what you want to get to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta hit. The point is that you gotta hit like good sleep.
But
whatever that means for you, you gotta hit that.
But for like a lot of people, they'll do an 8-hour alarm and then they'll wake up tired, and it's because you have already cycled into a new sleep cycle, and you're at the deeper part, and you're forcing yourself awake at that point.
Yeah, if you end up waking up before your alarm.
If you wake up and there's less than an hour before your alarm, just get up.
Do it. Yep. I have a Fitbit, and it does it reads where you're at in your sleep cycle a little bit. I'm sure it's not like crazy accurate, but it'll gently wake you up when you're in between super deep sleep cycles, which is really fucking nice.
Yeah, but back to the question, do all of that. Do all of that first, and if there's not an improvement, get a doctor.
Yeah, because like if you broke your leg, you wouldn't be like,
set an
appointment. We're gonna let it fester while I run around outside. No, fucking, this isn't the Oregon Trail. Go to see a doctor.
Yeah, your brain's the same.
Your brain is a part of your body. It is okay to seek help for it.
And keep note that the medication you get may not feel right. That's okay. Keep talking to your doctor. Get on a different medication. Like you'll try like 8 different ones before you find the right one for you.
You gotta mix and mix and match. Hold on. Don't do that. Don't do that. You have to trial and error a couple medications before you find out which one is good.
Because a lot of people will like tell you, and you might even have this thought too, of like, oh, well, I don't want to do it because I won't be me on it. And it's like the wrong ones will do that to you, but the right one will make you more you.
Exactly. And you're not you now. So it's like, go on this journey and figure out how to find that like easier version of yourself. I had somebody a friend of mine started antidepressants recently. And he was like, oh my God, I don't hate every day when I wake up. I was like, yeah, that's normal. And he was like, holy shit. I was like, yes, welcome. I'm glad you don't fucking hate your life anymore, dude. That sounds like it sucked.
I mean, I hate it, but it's only because it's funnier if I hate it, you know? Like suffering's humorous.
Suffering brings the comedy.
It's funny when I joke to my coworkers that like my plans for the weekend is to bathe with a toaster. That's funny to us.
Yes.
I would never do it.
Yeah, it's not as funny in practice as it is in theory.
Yeah, suicide's not okay, and get help.
Yeah.
Call the number. It's what is it now? It's 999?
I don't know.
You told us like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, when I speak on this show, the second that word leaves my mouth, it has also left my brain forever, whether it's helpful information or not.
Yeah, it's fair. Fact checker, what's the suicide hotline number, the quick one? 988.
They couldn't have made it 999.
If you have any like down thoughts, 988.
988. You can call or text 988, y'all. When can you start shaking babies?
I believe after they are post-vaginid.
No, it's not quite that early.
Well, you can't do before because they're not born yet, stupid.
Yeah.
You can shake a baby.
I guess you can start shaking them.
Exactly. Is that not the question?
When are you... Let me reword this. When are you supposed to start shaking babies?
I mean, it depends on who you ask, but for me, like, probably, I don't know, a week?
I'd say like a month.
A month
Yeah.
To shake a baby?
Yeah, and you should shake them dangerously close to something that might push their soft spot.
So first of all, don't shake any baby, period. That's just common sense. But like maybe you're talking about like the kind of rocking motion you do where like some people like have a baby and they're kind of like doing a bobbing up and down. That's not shaking the baby.
No, this dude's definitely talking about shaking babies. It says, I'm 19 and I can be shaken, but babies will get their brains severely injured if shaken. Evidently, you grow out of it at some point. Why is that?
No. It's that your body gets stronger and your bones get harder.
So you have to be shaken harder.
Where you have to be shaken a lot harder. Like fucking get on one of those paint stirrer machines and see
how you feel.
See how much your brain rattles around.
Just go to the fucking fair and get on one of those rides that spins. The reason you get fucking like dizzy and shit is because your brain's like shoving itself against the side of your, like all your shit's getting fucked. That's why people's heads hurt.
Yeah. Your shit is getting fucked.
Yeah. And babies can't support their necks. You can support your necks. You get to shake more. Also, that was a really nonsensical statement about the brain. I worked all day. Don't judge me.
No, it's fine. I wasn't listening because I worked all day.
Oh, I was talking to the audience, so it wasn't about you.
Serious question. How did you waste your 20s, quote unquote?
I'm not done with them, so give me suggestions.
I mean, it's when I look back, it's a blur. Like, I feel like I was 21 and then bam.
Because you were running too fast?
Yeah, I was running up that hill. I mean, I went out and partied and I drank, but like when I look back on it, it was like nothing significant. I remember in my 20s, I was like every night I'd get with like a bunch of friends and we'd go play pool and like have a merry time. And that was all fun at the time. But like looking back, it was just kind of like a,
Yeah.
I think I wasted my 20s by not traveling more, by working. Because I did work nonstop. It was a full 40 hours a week and then party like on the weekends after work. And that's kind of how it is like, you try to balance your life by having extreme fun to offset the extreme shitty working you do. My 20s was wasted working, and your 20s are being wasted working too. Mm-hmm. Your 60s will be wasted working.
God, let's hope not.
This economy fucking sucks. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm hoping to be dead before 60. Not really, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like so far, I think I did a decent job of doing a lot of interesting stuff in my early 20s, but I also feel like I didn't do enough like goofing off and partying in my early 20s, which is kind of funny. But no, now I'm like, fuck, I'm working way too much, so I'm actively trying to work significantly less and just go and do stuff elsewhere and travel. Because I'm like, I don't really want to waste my life at a job because they can replace me. If I died, they have to replace me.
Yeah. They'll, like, if you have a heart attack on your shift, they will clock you out first. Remember that.
Yeah.
But you're completely replaceable at work, no matter how high in your position you are. This is an orphan crushing machine that we have established.
Yeah, well, and that's not to say you're like a cog in a machine and you're not useful or valuable, because I'm sure like everybody is. But the point is that like at the end of the day, they have to replace you somehow. Even if it takes 3 people to replace you, they're going to replace you. Like, it just is what it is. That position will get replaced.
I mean, I definitely took a long time to realize, I could be doing something not miserable for the same pay.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta find something that's just like...
Like, I wouldn't say that what I do I'm happy with, but, like, I definitely, like, it's easy. I can do it. I could turn my brain off. I could watch TV even, and it's, like, pretty doable. And then I come home and I made the same amount of money as I did being yelled at in the middle of a Staples.
Yeah.
Destroying my back and my knees for a fucking corporation that does not know my name or give a fuck.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, every job's a job, but don't stay in jobs where you fucking hate your life. It's not worth any penny that you make. You can find something elsewhere.
Yeah. Overall, like, I forgot where I read it, but it's something along the lines of, like, no matter how much you're making, it's not worth time, or, like...
Nope, because time is the one commodity you can't
No amount of
back.
money is going to buy you time.
You can't buy time. Boop, boop, boop. Hey, Gamage.
Man, we got some downers this time.
Yeah.
Go.
They're mostly from you. Get it together.
Sorry.
Hey, Gamage.
Yeah?
How the fuck did Helen Keller know what was going on?
This is actually a question for Fact Checker.
Fact Checker?
Fact Checker played Helen Keller in school.
Oh my god, yes! She just told me about that the other day. It's a great question, though, because, like...
She wasn't born deaf.
She wasn't born deaf.
Oh, that's not better.
She wasn't born deaf.
It's worth pointing out that she's on her phone, so autocorrect turned it to death, like TH, you're dead. And you can't be born dead. That's a stillborn.
Well, I mean, she's not wrong. She wasn't born deaf. It's not incorrect.
You know, like, there was, like, putting something in your hand and kind of telling you shit. I didn't watch the play. I didn't know
that she wasn't born deaf. I thought she was born blind and deaf. I thought people just hit her with a stick when she was learning how to talk.
The extent of my Helen Keller knowledge goes to Britney played her, and there was a skit of it in Family Guy where they were talking in binary code.
Yes, that's my
01001.
All of my Helen Keller is 10011011. Oh, that's it.
Fact Checker is finding out, I guess.
We know she wasn't born deaf, which that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the top comment in the post tells it too.
Yeah, when I was little, I had a children's book of Helen Keller. Really stuck with me. My memory is that in her early years, she was like a wild animal. What? She had a teacher, governess, nanny, and one day, I think that's like one person, not all three. And one day the teacher stuck Helen's hand under running water and then made a symbol for water in the palm of her other hand. Whoa. She did this repeatedly and probably had tried this numerous times before, but this was the day it clicked. What the teacher was writing in her hand meant water. The light bulb moment was huge for Helen. She understood. And she ran around touching everything and holding out her palm for the teacher to write on. You know what's funny? Family Guy really includes that in the skit.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the pivotal moment. But my question is like, if she feels soup and then somebody messages something else, is she like, now hold on, you said this was water like earlier today?
Yeah, like, why is it different? Why is it chunky? Why is the water chunky? How do you explain like the difference between a stew and a soup?
I mean, what even is the difference? One's thick and hearty, and the other one's like thin and I don't even know.
All right, Helen Keller.
Is it the amount of like vegetables and meat that go into it?
I don't know. I mean, your description of
a stew is a soup.
A stew is a soup.
A stew is a soup that stews, right? Like a stew is a soup that sits and gets flavor over time.
Yeah, I think so.
This is fun.
I don't know. Do you think cereal's a soup or a salad?
We've been over this. Fact checker said she lost her sight and her hearing after a bout of illness when she was 19 months old.
Okay, so
that's 19 months. It's not like she knew fucking.
Yeah, she didn't know all the talking.
Yeah, part of this talking.
Just a little talking. I like how she got her own language. Oh wait.
Now you brought up cereal and
I just said the dumbest fucking thing. Hold on. I need you to hear it because you'll laugh. I said I like that she got her own language because I read Keller language and then I went back and read the whole sentence. And it's Sullivan taught Keller language. And I was like, oh, she didn't Keller get her own language.
Rachel.
Gamage.
What do people do after an orgy?
It depends on the person. Because I think for some people, you get done with the orgy and that post-nut clarity hits and you just don't know how you got here or how the shame is setting in so fast, but it's doing it anyway. Some people make a sandwich, other people pant, and some start another orgy. Yeah, like breathe heavily.
I mean, it's the answer is kind of obvious. You do like, yeah, orgies are parties. So like, have you ever been to a party where they're playing a board game, but then you go into another room and like people are just sitting around drinking and talking? It's that.
Yeah, pretty much.
You mill around, you socialize, you eat stuff, and like, oh hey, how's this? Like you
eat some ass.
You can eat some ass. That's optional.
Well, if we're relating your analogy, it's you mill around, you eat stuff. Yeah, pretty much. You mill around, you eat stuff. When you're done,
it's just a party where people just happen to fucking have sex. That's it.
It's just a party where people just happen to fucking fuck. That's it. Simple and easy.
Now, unless it's like a Eyes Wide Shut party, and then that's a completely different dynamic of an orgy.
What is an Eyes Wide Shut party?
Ask your mom. All right, next question.
I'm gonna ask her that. Hey, when someone with fake boobs dies and gets buried, is there a point in decomposition where it's just like a skeleton with huge boobs?
I mean, a skeleton with huge implants, but not. Yeah. A skeleton wouldn't have boobs per se.
Well, no, I think they're talking about like when the flesh hasn't left, but it's still there. It's still kind of holding stuff together.
No, I think, like, because decomposition happens in your skeleton, your boobs would decompose too, just not the silicone implants within them.
Yeah, but it would look like a skeletal being with boobs.
No, implants don't look like boobs. They're like little, like, pockets of silicone. They're like...
Yeah, old school implants are like big balls. Like, not balls, but like balls with a flat side. Modern implants are better, but I'm picturing like an old school implant. It's not going to look like a real boob, it's just going to be this skeleton.
I know what you're talking about, but those are like bra inserts. Like those weren't the ones that like they put inside of people.
No, that is the one that they put inside people.
I don't trust that. Fact checker, find me the first breast implant. Inert devices such as breast implants and replacement hips tend to not be removed after death, largely because there's no compelling reason to do so, and they pose little threat to the environment. I mean, yeah, we knew that. We were just talking about it.
Silicone balls pose little threat to the environment? There's no way that's right.
I mean, no more than what we're already doing while alive. Technically speaking, if you have implants and you die, you're doing less damage now than you were before.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Because living is not ideal for the planet.
Fact checker, find the first implants. Because it's not like the implants were boob-shaped. They weren't.
No, like a picture.
Injections of glycerin, autologous fat, ox cartilage, silicone oil, and even snake venom. Whoa.
Ox cartilage, though. Dude, who says... I have a date tonight with Jonathan, so I'm going to have a snake bite my teats. Don't do that. That's unsafe. Can you post a picture of the first breast implant?
That's a thing. Where is it? Where they were like put like snake venom and they would just kind of put it on their lips to get them more full. That's a thing.
Yes, that is a thing. Have you ever seen that dude that injects like some kind of fucking liquid into his muscles to make it look like he's like insanely buff, but he actually has no muscle mass whatsoever?
Yeah,
he just can't scratch his back.
Yeah, he's just a fucking cloud. He's like,
yeah,
and everybody can tell. Everybody knows those aren't muscles. It looks like you have tumors.
It doesn't even look
not
real.
Look like you rip.
Yeah, no.
That kind of looks like it would look like a skeleton with boobs. That first one.
The historical origins is cracking me up.
Yeah, okay, I'm seeing them. The flesh would decompose and the skeleton would look like it has weird boobs, but
yes, it would look like weird boobs, but they would look like boobs.
But this would be like 100 years ago. These implants have never looked like this for like fucking 80 years at this point.
Well, you don't know that. How quickly do breast implants decompose? I'm not making fact checker. Check that. All right. New question.
Can someone be attracted to women but not their genitals? Yes.
Yeah. You're asking a lot of educational questions. These are trying to teach people things?
No, it's just these are the ones that I have bookmarked. These are the ones I bookmarked like fucking months ago, like ready for them. Because I just bookmark a bunch and then I go through them and the pool and just grab them. And these are just what I had.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could be attracted to women but not their genitals. There's orientation's a spectrum, man. It's all kinds of crazy stuff. Fact checker says vaginas are scary, and they
fact checker's correct. Vaginas are scary.
Yeah,
they're terrifying.
Have you ever seen one?
Genitals are terrifying. It's okay. Penises
are scary too.
Yeah. Penises are wild. You ever seen a gooey duck? Why is that similar?
And buttholes? Don't get me started on buttholes.
Yeah. Buttholes they're buttholes.
And also mouths, like that you put things in there's teeth in there.
Yeah. We're intensely blind to the fact that mouths are terrifying because we just use them all day. So we're like, those are normal. They're fucking weird. You have a wet hole with this like weird moist muscle that's one of the strongest muscles in your body, and it fucking moves around and has bones in it to crush things.
Don't forget that weird muscle is used to like tell if something is tasty or not.
Yes, people will stick their dick in there too.
The mouth is literally a butthole. It is a sphincter with sharp things like inside of it.
Yeah, imagine your butt chewing on the way out. That's weird. Chew on the way in. Why not on the way out? No, mouths are fucking strange. Mouths are strange. Vaginas are scary. Yes, it's fine to be attracted to someone and not their genitals.
Yeah, it's romantic interest can be different than your sexual interests. I mean, that's why
you can also have like just a smidge of sexual interest in somebody. That's okay too.
I mean, there's some people who are only interested in the romantic part. That's how asexuals go. Or pseudo kind of demisexuals are too. There's some that are only interested in like the physical, and some that are like interested in like physical, but like half of the mental. It's a spectrum, man. It is crazy. It is bananas. Nobody has it down.
It's not even like a spectrum as in like 0 to 100 too. Like
no,
it's a 3-dimensional. There's a lot happening here.
Absolutely. It is a space.
You're
a space with vectors and shit. Yes. And like it goes so far out that you do find other galaxies, and then that's how you get into like weird like camel monkey humping, and that's a different thing altogether too.
But it's on the spectrum.
It's on the spectrum.
Yeah. It's there. Somebody put it there. And it's there.
Somebody shouldn't have put it there, but it is
but
there.
But it is there. Yeah. Hey, Gamage.
Yeah.
I actually genuinely need help with this question. What is the female equivalent of accidentally sitting on your balls?
I think that would be if you get into like a weird, uncomfortable position and it like pinches your labia.
See, I was thinking that like when you like, I don't know, when you like get again into an uncomfortable position and something pinches your boob, like that's where I was going to go with that. I don't know if I've ever had something like randomly pinch my labia.
There's a broad spectrum of labias too, and there might be some labias that are bigger, and those would definitely like, you know, get caught in things or like get weirdly uncomfortable. But like I've never sat on my balls yet. But, like, I have definitely gotten, like, sat down into weird positions where, like, the scrotum is definitely, like, pinched. And I'm like, ugh, I gotta fucking take care of this shit.
My friend at work sits on his balls all the time.
How old is he?
Not 87. We make fun of him. We're like, you must have old man balls. Because I think it's the way that our seats are scooped in the work truck or something. Because it's every time we get in, he's like, and sits on his balls.
Maybe the wrong underwear type. I don't know. Like I wear like the boxer briefs, so like, you know, it's breathable, but it definitely
maybe he
holds
just doesn't
my
have
package
them
well
held up. They're just dangling out there.
I mean, definitely like if you work out a lot or like you're sweating, like it will stretch and like it's a lot easier too. And that's why men have to re-rack is what my friend called it. Where like you kind of
that's actually really funny.
You do that like kind of like leg stretch thing where it's like you're and like hoping
like
people don't notice. They do.
Okay, I'm going to go with pinching your boob is similar because women also re-rack and it's our boobs. And so it would continue this
this analogy. Yeah, fact checker confirms women reposition boobs. Less pinching labia then. I mean, it can happen, but apparently way less than I had originally envisioned.
Did you envision a lot of labia pinching in your free time?
The prophecy lied to me.
What is bras can pink and stuff?
Yeah,
pinch and stuff. Got it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fact checker is on her phone, so it's
no.
Fucking...
I know. I genuinely was reading it because Pink is a brand, so I was like, what is she trying to say? And then I realized it's pinch.
If you're not cheating, then why wouldn't you take a paternity test? Because you're cheating. That was fun.
What? If you're not cheating, then why would you take a paternity test?
Then why wouldn't you take a paternity test?
Oh, yeah. I don't fucking know. It seems like a really straightforward. You can still be like, fuck you, we're getting a divorce after this. But
I mean, you could, I mean, it might be like for some people, I doubt this is a majority case, but like for some people it might be like well, you clearly don't trust me. Like, I don't want to have to prove, I don't have to fucking jump through hoops because you don't trust me. Like, maybe that, but for me, it'd be like, yeah, it's no big deal. Whatever, man.
Well, and that's the thing is like, if somebody was that gung-ho about it, I'd just be like, all right, like, here you go. But on principle, like, we're good here. Because clearly our relationship's devolved to a point where you don't trust me. Unless your girl's got, like, crazy postpartum depression, in which case maybe have a grain of grace.
Yeah, but people don't do that. They just, like, instead of, like, breaking up, they just murder their partner and think they can get away with it.
Is that not how you dump people? In the ocean?
I mean, I haven't dumped people in a while.
No, let's hope it never happens to Brittany.
Well, no, we're in the kind of relationship where, like, I'll just murder her and then tell the cops, like, no, she left. I don't know what happened.
She just walked out one day. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, I watch a lot of like true crime shit. It's way too common. We're like, oh no, and it's like, dude, why can't you just divorce? Like, hey, this isn't working. I'm not happy.
Yeah,
I don't want to kill you.
Much simpler process than murdering, cleaning up the evidence, burying the body, and then trying to lie your dumb ass out of it.
I think it's a matter of like trying to save face. Like, I can't. It's not that I can't make marriages work. It's that they disappeared or died. That seems easier to them than just being like, I couldn't make my relationship work.
Yeah. Apparently, if you have problems, kill them. Kill your problems.
Yeah, fact checker said maybe paternity tests should be mandatory at births. I agree, but there better be a maternity test too. Equal rights.
Yeah, I want to make sure that baby's mine. I don't fucking believe you.
Yeah, baby could have been swapped in there when nobody was looking.
Dude, if you do like fucking in vitro fertilization,
that's
just, like,
a good
shove
point.
somebody else's fucking egg and sperm in there. Rude.
Ancestors test at birth. Why not go further? Hey, figure out what Potter house the baby belongs to also while we're at it.
Yeah, make sure they know their whole like astrological star chart too.
Make them take a BuzzFeed quiz, figure out what Star Wars character they are too.
Yep.
Let's just get it all out of the way. Then we could categorize this baby and put them into the fields where they belong. Boom, bada bing.
Yeah.
We fix society.
We got to do the ENFJ test too. Just every personality test you can find, this baby needs to take day one.
The Myers-Briggs test, which is like, are you this polar opposite human trait or this polar opposite human trait?
Yes,
like,
to both.
Oh, I needed to take a test to figure out I'm introverted. Fuck off.
Hey, Gamage?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever had sex in space?
Yes.
That's a great question because I love the energy behind the question. And also, fuck yeah. You think humans went to space and didn't immediately go, you want to be the first step for mankind, baby?
There was actually a study done. I read an article about this, about like, they didn't release any names because they're like, this is confidential.
They're all fucking married.
But they definitely tried, and they're like, here's the thick of it. It's not worth it. It's very hard to do. Well, there's two whole positions that work, and it's ultimately not worth it.
Yeah,
there's semen flying everywhere.
Yeah, that would be hard to deal with. You'd have to do a lot of like, because there's no like resistance on anything, so it'd be a lot of like using your arms to push yourself back and forth against somebody. Sex in Space, June 2015, Pornhub announced its plans to make their first pornographic film in space. Did they succeed?
It's saying it launched a crowdfunding campaign. I'm gonna guess no.
God, maybe that's why Elon Musk bought fucking...
I just know that like there was an actual like I don't know if it was NASA, but like there was a test like at the International Space Station, just to see like just to test things to see like is it possible, because have babies in space or reproduce. So
yeah,
can sex even happen? And it's like yes, but it's really hard.
Also, scientists kind of fuck, dude. Have you ever heard about the scientists that go on the Antarctic trips? They call them like snow wives and snow husbands because they all couple up whether they're married in their normal life or not, because they go live in this desolate place for a while.
Look,
Space
man,
ain't no different.
Like, on one hand, I want to say, Brittany, I'm sorry. Like, if I'm in the Antarctic and it's like negative a billion degrees and like it's cold and I got to bundle up and like I got needs, but at the same time, I also don't want to touch anybody else ever again in my life.
Not even myself.
Not even myself.
They develop special suits for space sex? Are there pictures? Fact checker, this is the best fact you've ever shared with me. This is my new favorite piece of information. There's got to be pictures of the sexy space suits. I am going to read so much about this. 2006
American novelist Vanna Bonta invented the two-suit.
God.
That's a good name.
Velcro-lined exterior. Enable them to securely embrace.
It's just that, like, I feel like you'd put on this weird, like, suit and you'd be floating around in space. And you're like, I'm not even feeling it anymore, man.
I don't feel sexy when I float.
We spent 40 minutes getting this, like, Velcro harness all together. And, like,
oh, and you look so good in that Velcro harness.
God, you look like you're ziplining, and nothing dries me up faster than ziplining.
Nothing makes me come harder than when you look like I'm going to throw you at a Velcro wall.
Like one of those balls that has like the two Velcro strips on it.
Yeah, or like the game show things where people jump off a trampoline and into a Velcro wall and then it's never sticky enough so they peel off instantaneously. Oh, that just gets me going. Love Velcro porn.
They had the goal of raising $3.4 million and the campaign got $236,000. That's pretty short.
God, you'd think we would want to learn more about sexy space time.
This is the first time I'm hearing about it, but I would have thrown them $20.
I know. I don't think they advertised well enough because I also would have thrown them money.
You go on Pornhub and they fucking advertise everything but this.
Yeah. This should be on your first page. They should retry their crowdfunding. I think it would go well.
So you want to masturbate but don't have a partner? Click here. Like, that doesn't make any sense, Pornhub. Anyway, moving on. That's word for word, too.
I
know. If a man loses his genitalia and survives, how does he urinate?
Probably more similar to a woman.
This one was asked today, this morning. I found it on the thing, like on Reddit. But this question was actually asked because a discussion was sparked in the Dan subreddit. Dan an anime. Yes. Spoiler alert, the main character loses his dick to a ghost grandma. Go watch it. Don't
it's take my so worth your time. I watched the first episode with the gay mages this weekend, and I'm fucking sold. I'm probably going to watch more of it after we're done here.
It's phenomenal. It has everything. There's magical girls. There's giant robots. There's a beautiful budding romance. There's aliens. There's
grandmas that want your dick.
Ghosts.
Sorry, grandmas that wants your dong.
Long story short, again, spoiler. The grandma steals his dick, so he doesn't have a dick anymore. And somebody posted it in the subreddit. How does he pee if he doesn't have a dick? And
this crazy thing where women pee without dicks all the time. Wow, yeah, I know.
There's a hole down there. It'll work itself out.
Yeah, as long as the end of the hole isn't clogged, you're chilling. You're good.
Thank you, fact checker, for making sure to tell us what Google says about how you have to sit down on the toilet to pass urine. I don't know what I would have done if you weren't able to answer this for me.
Wait, you have to sit on the toilet to pass urine?
It's for cancer surgery. Don't make me the asshole. Fuck you.
Your Google search. I want to start using that every time I do something dumb.
It's for cancer surgery.
Why'd you fucking run into the back of my car? It's for cancer surgery.
It's for cancer.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's my new favorite sentence. It's for cancer surgery. You have to say it like really forlorn too. Yeah, it's for cancer surgery.
Yeah, but anyway, have you ever like had really bad fish and then like it feels like you're peeing out of your butt? It's that, but the other way.
I was wondering where the fuck you were going with this. I was like, are we about to find out you pee fish smells? And in a way, yes, just out the back.
No, something smells fishy. You gotta take more showers, man, or dry more. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Try both.
It's your question. Image. Yeah.
How does the porn infertility clinics get chosen? I have a theory.
You have a theory, or the question had a theory? I actually remember seeing this one like a couple months ago or so.
No, I have a theory, but I want to hear yours first.
I mean, my theory is that it's either carefully selected by the people that work there, or like they send out a gopher to go find porn, or they work like closely with a porn industry company, and they're like, can you give us a selection,
smattering,
a buffet of safe porn?
A buffet of safe porn.
Yeah, there's a brand new sentence.
I would like to think that in these modern times, a fertility clinic would just get like a Pornhub subscription. And it's just a really like saran wrapped keyboard and mouse situation.
Please don't like any of the posts because you'll fuck up my algorithm.
You know what? If I worked in a porn clinic that like had the, I don't know what they do now. Yes. Maybe they do. Yeah, a porn clinic. Yes. If I worked in a porn clinic.
It used to be just like magazines and VHSs, but I
if it was
I doubt it's like that.
Magazines and VHSs somehow, I absolutely would slip weird things in there.
Yeah, you're gonna get in danger.
Just like one HGTV magazine. Maybe a horse magazine in another room.
Just this tiling.
Most people are going to just roll past it and be like, what the fuck? And then move on with their life. And then there's going to be that one person that gets so stuck on the fact that there's a fucking horse magazine and just be wondering the whole time. And they're going to get to the point where they can't even finish because there's too stuck on the horse magazine.
You got to get the pages kind of wet so they stick together. Exactly. And like it gives the illusion that someone has busted to this.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure that modern fertility clinics just like, here's a tablet with the internet. Go wild.
Ew.
We're going to fucking put it back to factory settings the second you're done with it.
Factory settings and dip it in sanitizer.
It's like a bag of rice, but it's just alcohol in there.
It's a bag of alcoholic rice.
Is there a female equivalent of the term cock block? Yes.
Oh, yeah. What is it called? I haven't used this word in a long time.
Now, when I first read
twat,
this,
swat.
When I first read this, I immediately thought twat swat.
Yeah.
But in the post, there's a bunch, and they're real good. We have
go for it.
We have clam jam. We have Pussy Perry. Vertical smile
Perry
denial.
Wow, those last two are so good.
Cunt
Holy
shunt.
Fuck.
Vajay parlay.
Pussy Perry and Vajay parlay have the same vibe.
Beaver damming.
Oh, that's good. That's
solid. My favorite. Clitoference.
Flag on the play. There's been clitoference.
Lip zip.
Clitoris
prohibitus.
All right, Harry Potter.
Genital thwarts.
That one's gender neutral.
Oh, this person's like, cock block still works. It's just blocking from the other side. And they're like, but what about lesbians? Scissor stop.
Scissor stop. Lesbians is clam jam.
This person said rocked.
What?
For lesbians, it's rocked. Like a rock. Because rock beats scissors.
Oh, that's really good.
It's
That's
fun.
a high thinking one, that one.
Taco Blocko.
Oh, nice.
Vagina Declina.
Oh, I like Vagina Declina a lot.
I like Vagina Declina a lot. Minge Impinge. Muff Snuff.
Muff Snuff is good.
Vagilted.
They should have gotten one more word in there. Vagilted should have had something. Snatch Latch is fantastic.
Vagina. That's not as fun.
No.
Ovary acting. Okay, I think we're
what was the one before slit zip or whatever?
Clit zip. Or
clit zip. The one before that.
Clitoference is probably my favorite.
Clitoference. Okay.
Clitoris prohibitus.
I was looking for.
When I re-listen to this episode, when I edit it, I'll make sure to write all these down and we'll make a fucking...
Yeah, please send them to me. We should make a shirt.
Yeah.
If sexual arousal suppresses the disgust response, will wearing a vibrator let me clean up moldy food without gagging?
No.
You don't know that, though.
I guess that's true, but like all I know is that if I had an erection, I don't think I'd be able to clean up cat poo without gloves and a bunch of paper towels, is what I'm saying.
No, they're not saying touch it. It's just if you were super erect, apparently, could you clean up moldy food without gagging?
I mean, I could do that anyway, though. But I don't think that. I don't think it's your first go-to. Like, oh shit, well, this is gross, because then you're just gonna start associating moldy smells with arousal, and then you're.
Oh yeah, first comment, you're gonna Pavlov yourself into being horny for mold.
And then that's how your weird fetish comes about. You're hurting yourself.
Wow, you just read the comments, didn't you? The next one says develop a mold fetish. Not even joking.
It's just easy. Like that's just obviously where it's going.
I like the creativity of like arousal does suppress the disgust response, which is why people have the whole post-nut clarity and go, "Oh my god, what did I do?"
My god.
I love the concept of, well, wearing a vibrator let me clean moldy food. Do you think they have this situation, or do you think they just thought about it?
Oh, one study shows that folding your left thumb into the palm of your hand and squeezing a fist and squeezing your left thumb helps some people with their gag reflex.
I'm gonna try this next time I want to.
There's a pressure point like on your left wrist, like where you could like press down with your thumb, and it'll suppress vomiting too. Because I used to do that when I was gagging.
That's hot.
Not really. All right, last one.
Okay, go.
My wife just hid in the shower while I went to go poop and pulled the curtain back and scared me half to death as a joke. Is that normal? In a loving relationship, yes.
Yeah, actually, that might not be normal, but it's because your wife is a god. That's fucking hilarious.
Fact checker says you married her. You tell us.
Yeah. Valid fucking inquiry.
Top comment is, that's called the peekapoo.
The peekapoo.
It's good.
You can get the peekapoo squared if you wear a Pikachu costume while you do it too.
That's getting way too meta for me.
That was good. Shut the fuck up. Dude, your wife is a G. That's so fucking funny.
Yeah, you married into royalty, man. Congrats.
Yeah, holy crap. You've peaked.
Like, me and my wife are pretty great, and we love to fuck around with each other, too. I will not be in the bathroom while she's shitting, though.
Fear might help you poop.
I think it's easier just to get more broccoli in your diet, man.
Why have fiber when my wife can scare the literal shit out of me on a daily basis? She was being considerate, says fact checker. Yeah, she was just taking care of you. Oh God, that's awesome.
How about some music? How about some music?
Oh shit, yeah. I gotta pull that crap up. I added a couple songs. They're older, but I was listening to them the other day and was like, oh, Gamage would like this.
And you didn't bring it up at the party?
No, it was like while I was on the plane, dog. So no, I did not bring it up at the party. Have you ever listened to Aurora?
That sounds very familiar.
Aurora is... God, I gotta start looking up like what genre people are before we start talking about it.
Is that like Aurora Borealis minus the Borealis? Sans Borealis?
It is Aurora Sans Borealis. No, Aurora's really cool. She's a Norwegian singer that does, I don't know, like kind of like synthy, like.
Stop! You had me at Swedish synth, like that's
trance music. Yeah, it's like a lot of vocals and piano, but like with a little bit of almost like an EDM vibe. And she's kind of like like quirky and weird. Like I think somebody just sent me an interview that she did.
She's so
she was talking about. She was in an interview and somebody asked her what she likes to do for fun. And she was like, I like books and I like clothes and I like to masturbate. And she's just this like tiny blonde girl. Yeah.
I recognize her. Yes, I know her.
Yes. But my song recommendation is, it's a fairly popular one, but I'm a big fan of this song. Running with the Wolves. And that whole album that it comes from, which is All My Demons Greeting Me as a Friend, is a pretty damn good album.
Yeah, I know that one. Banger.
Yeah, Running with the Wolves is a great fucking song.
Proper pick.
Yep. Proper pick. Thank you, good sir.
I'm recommending the modern queen of disco, at least in my opinion, Sophie Ellis Bextor. Sophie Ellis Bextor, not Baxter. She's best known for Murder on the Dance Floor, which you've heard 1,000 times.
Yes.
I know. So I'm going off of... Yeah, I'm going with something off her new album, which came out today.
Oh, shit.
The album's called Murder in the Night, and yes, it does have Murder on the Dance Floor on it again. I was going to
say, that would have been a missed opportunity.
As well as a remix.
Oh, fuck yeah.
David Guetta remix, if I recall. But I'm not recommending those. It is. I've listened to it 3 times through so far today, and it's really good. I was stuck between 2 songs to recommend.
Yeah, what are your top picks?
One was Freedom of the Night, which actually came out last week as a single, so it's bound to get love. It's a good song. So that said, I'm recommending China Heart. Not China like the country, China like the nice plates your grandma won't use for reasons.
Coincidentally, also from the country.
Not all of them. That's just where like the term got invented.
Yeah.
But give it a listen. It's full of disco bops, and I'm betting it's going to get a lot of attention. It's real good. It literally came out today. No announcement. Like, I saw it on my recommendation. I'm like, what is
when
this?
When musicians don't announce shit and you're just like, yes, it's just here and it's new.
Yeah, and I was like, I went on to like her Twitter, Instagram, and Wikipedia's like, I don't know what that is. And so like, it just came out fucking today because it popped up like immediately.
I love
At least,
that shit.
Last week for those listening now, but that's, it's today here. Now time.
It's today, now today. Time for now, today.
Yeah, Sophie Ellis Bextor, China Heart.
Fuck yeah. Good suggestion. I'm excited to listen to that. Well, that has been We Have New Tunes at Home. Thank y'all for listening. If you liked what you heard, or you are also confused about when you should start shaking your babies, please like, subscribe, and comment on whatever your most favorite podcasting place is. If you want us to talk about a thing, you can email us at WHTPAH, that's woodpaw at gmail.com. You can find us at the same place, WHTPAH woodpaw on Blue Sky. Or you can follow us at We Have That Podcast at Home on Instagram, where Fact Checker posts good photos, hopefully including a suit that astronauts have had sex in, because that would be fucking lit.
But
to you too.
I want to thank me for the use of our theme song, Swing Fries Are Done.
Is that what you named it?
Off the album How Much for the Fruitopia t-shirt. It's available at Walmarts in Wyoming.
You know what's great about this? Is that because you sort of mixed that, you can call it Swing Fries Are Done.
I can call it whatever the fuck I want. I made it.
Yeah, I don't remember what album you called it, but I'll make album art for you.
How Much for the Fruitopia t-shirt? I'll give it a different album name. It's only one song anyway. It'd be considered a single.
All right. Well, still.
The other ones are just EP. Like, it's got 13 songs, including Swing Fries Are Done, and like the other 12 songs are just like different recordings of me like sleeping at night, just my snore,
panting, just. One of them is Gamage sleeping and farting, but you got to find that one. It's like a really shitty Easter egg.
It's a hidden track. You got to like let the last song play for like 8 minutes and then it gets to it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's good shit.
I like when albums do that, but it's like so pointless to do it now because we're in a digital age.
Yeah.
It used to be just like you let the CD go.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, and it's there. I do really like, this annoys me when I'm listening to stuff on shuffle a little bit, but I really like when albums, when you listen to it all together and it like has transition moments between
outros,
them.
Yeah. Outro that's like an intro into the next song.
Yep, exactly. And if you do it right, it doesn't really matter when you shuffle them around, but if you do it where it's very obvious that you're switching, it's a little bit more awkward, but it's still really fucking cool when you listen to it all together.
Yeah, it does suck because like I have a lot of songs that have that, or even like the long like silent intros because it's like the last hidden song, and it sucks shuffling those on like in this digital age we're in, because then it's just like, oh, I gotta sit here for 2 fucking minutes in silence before the song actually starts, or like, oh, this outro's leading to nothing. It's playing the Wiggles now. That has nothing to do with My Chemical Romance.
I'm like, okay, this is odd.
Anyway, spin that wheel, please.
Yes, sir. We got pop culture, motherfucker. We're going to be out here popping and culturing and popping again. Thank you guys for joining us. I've been Off-Brand Rachel.
I've been Off-Brand Gamage, and thank you for listening to We Have That Podcast.
That podcast at
home.
Love you. Bye.